Hello, welcome back to 30 Days of Minecraft Mobs, and today we're going to be doing a baby panda, but we're going to do it a little bit different because this is another one of those really big ones. We would have ended up with going way over my size constraints by adding in the body. It would have taken hours and hours and hours. So what we're doing is this. So on this panda, I decided to just do the face and then do the paws, like he's maybe leaning on his paws on like trying to look over a little ledge, or if he were laying on the ground and his paws were out in front of him and like belly down kind of idea. So we just have a head and paws here today, and this is what the outside of our panda is looking like. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. For supplies, you are going to be needing 113 black wool, 22 black concrete, 49 white concrete powder, 29 light gray concrete powder, 10 white concrete, 2 black terracotta, 285 white wool, 25 light gray wool, 2 gray wool, 1 iron door, 2 buttons, 9 light gray concrete, and 3 white carpet. And this right here is the blueprint that we are working with today. So starting off on layer 1, we're going to start in our left bottom corner over here with a black concrete. And these are the paws, and we are differentiating our colors here to create the toes on the paws. So we're going to do black concrete, black wool, black concrete on this one. Next we have a white concrete powder, and then a light gray concrete powder, and 3 more white concrete powder, light gray concrete, and a white gray concrete powder. So it's all powder across this part of the face. And then on this foot we're going to place a black wool, a black concrete, and a black wool, creating those toes. Then going down this side, we're going to place 2 black concrete, then we're going to place 1 light gray concrete, and then we have 6 light gray wool, 5, 6, and 2 pieces of light gray concrete, then 1 more piece going across the back, 2 light gray wool, 1 light gray concrete powder. Then we're going to place our iron door. After the iron door, we're going to place a white concrete powder, 2 light gray concrete powder, 2 light gray wool, and 2 light gray concrete. And then across this side of the head, we're going to place 1 more light gray concrete, and then 6 light gray wool, 6, 1 light gray concrete, and 2 black concrete. And this is what your layer 1 aerial view should look like. For layer 2, we're going to start with a black wool. We're going to place another black wool in these 2 spaces here. And then we're going to shift in and place 3 more black wool on the inside of that paw. And that's completing this paw. On the face, we're going to place a white concrete powder, a white concrete, and 3 gray concrete powder, a white concrete, and a white concrete powder. And then on the paw, we're going to place 3 black wool, and on the inside 3 more black wool. And going in this direction, we're going to place a black wool, 7 light gray concrete powder, 1 light gray wool, and 1 light gray concrete. On the back here, we're going to place a light gray wool, 2 light gray concrete powder, 1 white concrete powder, and you can go ahead and place your button on this white concrete powder for your door here. On the other side of the door, we'll place a white wool, 2 white concrete powder, 2 light gray concrete powder, a light gray wool, and a light gray concrete. Then on this side, we're going to place a light gray wool, 4 light gray concrete powder, and then we're going to finish off this side with the black wool. And this is what your layer 2 should look like. For layer 3, we are going to start here on the face and ignore the paw for right now. We're going to start with a white concrete, and then we're going to also place a white concrete coming off the back of it here. Moving along the face, we're going to place another white concrete, a light gray concrete powder, a black concrete, a light gray concrete powder, 2 white concrete, and 1 white concrete coming off of the back. And I just looked at my schematics and I missed a row on these paws, so there should be 3 rows of black wool on these paws. So now back over here, we're going to place a black wool on this light gray concrete, and then we're going to place 2 white wool coming in and meeting with this white concrete here. Now working our way this way, we're going to place 1 more black wool. Then we have 5 white concrete powder, 1 light gray concrete powder, 1 light gray wool, and then here we have 1 light gray concrete powder, 2 white concrete powder, and 5 white wool. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 2 white concrete powder, 1 light gray concrete powder, and 1 light gray wool. And then on this side we're going to place a light gray concrete powder, 3 white concrete powder, and 4 black wool. And for the inside right here, we're going to place 2 more pieces of black wool, and that should connect diagonally with the face there. And this is what your layer 3 should look like. For layer 4, we're going to place a white wool here and white wool right there. Next, we're going to use a black terracotta, a black concrete, a black terracotta. The terracotta is kind of creating the nostril part of the nose. Then we need 2 white wool, 1 white concrete, 1 white wool, 2 black wool. In this direction, we're taking 2 black wool, 4 white wool, 1 white concrete powder, and then 1 white wool in the corner. And along the back, we're going to place 1 white concrete powder, 4 white wool, 1 white concrete powder, 4 white wool, 1 white concrete powder, and 1 white wool. On this side, we're going to place down 3 white concrete powder, 5 black wool. Then up here, we're going to place 2 more black wool and 1 white concrete. And this is your aerial view for layer 4. For layer 5, we're starting with white wool, 3 black concrete, and 2 white wool. We're also going to come back over this black concrete here and place white carpet over the top of that. Then we are going to place a white wool on that white concrete and then take the white wool all the way across, creating the snout of the panda. And we're going to end right on this white concrete here. So then on this white wool, we are going to place a black wool and follow up with 2 more. Then 2 black wool here and 6 white wool. Turning across the back, we're going to place 5 white wool, 2 white concrete, and then white wool to the corner. We're going to place 3 more pieces of white wool here, and then 5 black wool, 2 black wool here, and that should complete your layer 5. This is what your layer 5 should look like. So now our snout and paws are done. For layer 6, we're going to start in this corner here because we are going to be building a rectangle around the head here. We are not going to be working on the snout section at all anymore. So we're going to start here with a black wool, 1 black wool next to that, then a white wool. Then we have a gray wool and a black wool, a light gray wool, a white wool, a light gray wool, a gray wool, and a white wool. And then we have 3 more pieces of black wool. And that should end with you on this corner over here. Now we're going to place 1 more black wool and then white wool all the way across this side. Across the back here, we're going to place 3 white wool, 1 white concrete powder, 2 white wool, 1 white concrete powder, and then white wool to the corner. On this side, we're going to place 4 pieces of white wool and 3 more pieces of black wool. And you should connect. And this is what you're looking at for layer 6. For layer 7, we're going to start here in this corner with black wool, and we're going to place 4 more black wool on this side. And then we have 3 white wool, and then 5 black wool. When we turn here, we're going to place down 3 white wool, 1 white concrete powder, and then white wool to the corner. Across this back here, we have 2 more white wool, 2 white concrete powder, and white wool until the next corner. On this side here, we have 2 more pieces of white wool, 2 pieces of white concrete powder, 1 white wool, and 2 pieces of black wool. This is what your layer 7 should look like. For layer 8, we're going to start in this corner, and then we're going to place 4 more black wool, 3 white wool, and 5 black wool. Then we need 4 pieces of white wool, 1 white concrete powder, and 3 pieces of white wool. On the back, we need 2 pieces of white wool, 1 white concrete powder, 5 pieces of white wool, 1 white concrete powder, and then wool until you get to the corner. And on this side, we have 1 white wool, 2 white concrete powder, 3 white wool, and 1 black wool. And this is what your aerial view should look like of layer 8. On layer 9, we're going to start in this corner with a white wool. Then we need 3 black wool, 5 white wool, 3 black wool, and ending this row with a white wool. On this side, we are going to take white wool all the way to that corner, but when we reach the corner, we're not going to turn yet. So from here, from this corner, we are going to count in 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just outside of the panda, here, we're going to place a black wool. And then go ahead and place a second black wool. This is the start of our ears for this panda. And on the back, we're going to place 9 pieces of white wool. 1 white concrete powder and 2 more white wool. And then on this side, we're going to take white wool all the way up and come back and build out the ear. So now we want to go to the back and we want to count 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to place 1 black wool and 1 black concrete. For layer 10, we're going to fill the entire layer with white wool. So you're going to want to go ahead and put in your light sources so that when we come across and fill the top here, you don't end up with mob spawns underneath. Then we need to go ahead and add some more to our ears over here. And for both ears, we're just adding 2 pieces of black wool. And this is what your layer 10 should look like. You could definitely make some changes to the top here. The white concrete powder is not going to work. It's just going to fall through. So you lose out on the texturing of that for the head. But you could put in some white stained glass if you want some like skylights. That would work really well. And you can always pull in your smooth quartz or your white concrete if you don't mind that there's not the same kind of furry texture. The only thing we have left now is to finish out our ears. So I'm gonna do each ear and on their own instead of going layer by layer. So for the next step on this ear, we're going to place 1 black wool, 1 black concrete, and then 2 black wool coming over the head. And then for the next layer, we're going to do 2 black wool, 1 black concrete, and a black wool. And that will complete the left-hand ear. And then on this side, we're gonna place 1 wool, 1 black concrete, and 2 pieces of wool. And then the next part, we're going to place 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. And that'll complete the right hand ear. And this is what you should end up with once you have finished the ears. And now for that tour. So this one, I went really basic with the bamboo outside, but really that's all you see when you go to the bamboo forest. Maybe we could have done a little bit of a different terrain down here, but that's okay. And behind door number 1, we have our own little panda sanctuary here. They're super cute, look at them! Just so that we can see them be all cute. They're so cute! There we go. So a little bit of a panda sanctuary. You do need to be careful with where you place your water in this build. If you were to place any kind of water over here, you would definitely get those wet, and that would change the block type to regular concrete. So be mindful of that if you decide to do something like this. Look at him go! And then in this one, I decided to turn it into a bamboo farm. And this bamboo farm is heavily inspired by Wattles. He did a square bamboo farm in his most recent world. And I did one similar. It's not the same size, but it is a square one. Just so you guys can see it, I decided to decorate the whole thing with bamboo along the outside. You really wouldn't be walking around this one much. You would just be coming in, opening up, and getting your bamboo from the chest. So tell me in the comments below, which one of these builds would you put in your own world? Do you need a bamboo farm, or would you like to have a panda sanctuary? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys all so very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!